time?
Yeah.
You guys, I recently found out I'm getting old because I went out a couple of weeks ago during spring break. There's college kids everywhere. When did 21-year-olds start looking 14? And why do I have the sudden urge to call these girls' parents and ask them if they know their daughters are running around half naked? At least I don't have job checking IDs at the door because it's hard to look cool in front of the youngins. When you have to you have to pull out your reading glasses to read their birthday on their license. But they're cool though, college kids, they're fun, full of hope and tequila, and they can still have sex in the back of cars without having to call a chiropractor the next day. They're so lucky. And they don't have to worry about the stuff we have to worry about. You know what I've been worried about recently? Home security. I started getting freaked out that somebody might break in my house, so I decided I needed a weapon. So I put a knife in my bedside drawer. Sounds reasonable, smart even maybe, but guess what else is in my bedside drawer? My sex toys. So if I reach in there in the middle of the night, I have about a 20% chance of actually grabbing a knife. I just hope that my vibrators are strong enough to stun them enough to get away. Maybe squirt lube in their eyes, I don't know. This is the stuff I think about. Welcome to my world. But being an adult is hard because with all the bad things happening in the world, I just recently found out there's sexist people out there that in certain situations, men and women get treated differently. For instance, a guy can go around being nice to people, trying to make them feel good, and he gets called a gentleman. But when I do it, I get called a slut. Can you believe that? I mean, just because I have more of a hands-on approach with people. What's wrong with that? I'm just trying to spread joy.
Yeah.
It is hard being an adult because left unsupervised, sometimes I do stupid things. Like recently, I clicked on the wrong video accidentally on a porn site. It was not good at all because, you know, they have all these different categories. They have the MILFs, which are the hot moms, the DILFs, which are the hot dads. They even have GILFs, which are the freaky grannies. What do you call grandpa porn? I'll tell you what I call it, a train wreck. It was so bad. I couldn't look away. But I think now I know where they get the name for grandfather clocks. Because once this guy started going and things started swinging, it looked like the bottom of a grandfather clock. Balls to the wall. This guy must have been like 85 and he was just going to town. He was really going for it. But I think that's because of his age. Because once you get past 80, every time you have sex could be the last time. So you really got to give it everything you got. That's all right. I'll never get those images out of my head though. And unfortunately for me, my parents have a grandfather clock in their dining room. So every time I'm over there, I'm staring at this clock trying to eat dinner, and all I can see in my mind is those old saggy balls flying through the air. When they talk about the dangers of porn, they never say anything about this, or I would have never gone to Pornhub. Another bad thing about being an adult is dating. Dating is crazy these days. Now, I dated this guy not too long ago that was so arrogant that every time I said, "Oh God," in bed, he would answer yes. And then, okay, I was talking to this guy and we were talking about what we liked and stuff, and I said, I don't mind getting tossed around a few love pats here and there, but he took it way too far. He banged me so hard, he gave me a concussion. It was rough, but he did do the right thing though, because apparently you're not supposed to fall asleep right after that. So he made sure I stayed up all night long. What a gentleman. But talking about dating always reminds me of when I was younger. I was never into sports because I was terrified of getting hit in the face with balls. But look at me now. Thank you.